Ooh, we at the data center. I'm talking basketball with Slim. What up, dog?
Duren wants some max. No. Do I think a third option is worth a superstar contract? No. Do I think a core player is worth franchise player money? No. But see, teams have shown interest in JD, and I'm very interested in that sign and trade option. And there's two players that I know we could shoot for that just as an individual asset, Jalen Duren would be like the obvious catch. Yeah, give me him. Sure, we'll make that trade. But as fits to the Detroit basketball roster, to the Detroit basketball culture. Now, hear me out, Detroit. I'm thinking these. We gonna give JD his little $42 million, sign him, get the boy happy. Now we bring him back for a sign and trade. We hit up the New Orleans Pelicans. We tell them we want Jordan Poole. He's a proven 20-plus points per game scorer. Bring him here to Detroit. That 20 just jumped up to 22 to 24 points per game because he next to Cade. Cade's superpower is creating advantages. Jordan Poole's superpower is shot creating, taking advantage. Nah, Jordan Poole, much like the next name I'm going to mention, only has, per se, tier 1 fringe all-star skill set, you know what I'm saying, skill and production. But next to Cade, a fringe all-star on a team with a winning record now becomes a consistent all-star. You hear me? And we already knowing JP make like 30-something million, so go on it, hit up New Orleans, tell him like, look at this great individual asset we got. He's a 22-year-old anomaly. He's an all-star / all-NBA center. That's an anomaly in NBA history. The individual asset is something that New Orleans it'd be damn near hard to pass on. But for Detroit, we're getting a better fit. Jordan Poole, somebody who can come here and be a shot creator and take advantage of all the advantages Cade creates for him, let alone also be able to go out there and get his own whenever we need him to. Whenever the offense stalls, we know Jordan Poole gonna put something up. He gonna make it happen. If it's a half court jumper, listen, blow, that's JP. You know what I'm saying? Waterman. So them seasons averaging 20 and 21 at the bare minimum look like 22 to 24 next to Cade Cunningham. JP would get the hometown hero love from the days he used to play here in Michigan. So you know we gonna show him love for that. And here in Detroit, next to Cade, next to us maximizing him out, he at least gets to be that fringe all-star and live up to his potential that we all saw for him coming into the NBA. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, but JP, a locker room issue. No, this is Detroit basketball. We got the players and we got the culture that's gonna whip JP right in the line. He gonna fall right in the line. He gonna be the same happy, shooting, sticking his tongue out, making people mad. Only difference is he got Ryan Holland and Cade and Ausar Thompson and B-Ball Paul all ready to stand on business behind them and ain't gonna let nothing happen. You know what I'm saying? And they all gonna shake that boy mental into where it need to be for the roster. Cause now JP gonna see, damn, I'm back on the winning team. I ain't been on one of these since the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? It feel good to win again. And I get to be the second option and go out here and do what I do best. Drop 22 on somebody. Oh man. And I get to be an all-star because that same 22 on the winning team, nah, as a fringe all-star kind of guy. I'm gonna make a few of them. Nah, he get to get the bigger contracts and everything. It would play out perfectly for Jordan Poole in Detroit. Love that. Not a second player I'm very interested in, which might actually really be the first player. I'm just doing him second, is Bennedict Mathurin. Yeah, Detroit. Y'all know I was going to bring up Bennedict Mathurin because the game, the athleticism, the defense, the toughness, the dog that he has, the mentality, everything about that boy fits Detroit basketball. He literally should already been here in Detroit. Boy is a damn Detroiter damn near. He just seemed like one of us, like, you know, one of them little dirty YNs that grew up digging holes in the field and run around jumping each other and just being ignorant for no reason. Yeah, he just seemed like a Detroiter to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then his game fit the Detroit Pistons roster so well. He covers the gaps that we have, the very few gaps that we have. And on top of that, his mentality fits the Detroit basketball culture that we have. And oh man, those two things together, man, as y'all can see, those 17 points per game and 16 to 18 points per game he been averaging. He comes here to Detroit. He gets next to Cade Cunningham. Now that 17 to 18 look like 21 and 22 points per game. You see what I'm saying? Because Cade gonna create advantages. And then on top of that, he young and physical and get to that paint, but also can create his own shot. He don't need Cade to try to set him up every single play like Duren or, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, Ausar or Ryan, you know what I'm saying, our other core pieces, B-boy. He can go and get his own, and that's a great thing about Bennedict Mathurin. So that 17/18 that he getting wherever you see what I'm saying, where he at, he come here, that look like 20, 21, 22 points per game. Exactly what we need next to Cade. And then if it's one other go-to scorer I'm looking at heavily, and he probably the best pure scorer out of the three names that I've mentioned. Jordan Poole probably the best shot creator. Bennedict Mathurin probably the best overall fit for the Pistons, as well as being a great shot creator. This person is probably the best pure scorer out of them. I don't know where he at right now. I don't know what's going on with him. I gotta hop in the data center and do some research real quick, but Cam Thomas, another go-to scorer who could come here to Detroit and he could be in the starting lineup, and with the defense and the culture that we got built around him, it would mask where he lacks in defense, and his offense would shine more because we got Cade and Ryan and Ausar and B-Ball Paul and John Collins and all them to step up for him and help with a lot of that defense. Or we could just get Cam Bam to come off the bench here. Buy into coming off the bench is a microwave scorer. Definitely an average 14, 15 plus points per game coming off the bench, with most probably win at least one or a few 6 Man of the Year awards if he just came here and signed a quick 4-year. You know what I'm saying? And then with JD acting funny and everything he got going on, it would be very beneficial to us, for my Detroit Pistons, to go on and get Cam Thomas, which once again, as an individual assets, none of the players I named are the equivalent to Jalen Duren, which is why us making trades or us just not even giving him the max and going to sign Cam makes more sense, because as individual assets, they are not Jalen Duren. These are not all NBA caliber players. These boys got fringe all-star potential at best, you know what I'm saying? But they fit my Pistons roster and what we got built around Cade, our franchise star, our superstar, one of the top 10 players in the league right now. The fit around Cade is low-key so much better than Jalen Duren, because we got other defenders. We got B-Ball Paul, we got John Collins, we got Ryan Holland, young defensive anchor in the making right there. We still got Ausar Thompson, young two-way all defense caliber defender, defensive player of the year candidate caliber defender. So we don't need defense and we don't need rebounding. We got that covered already. We need scoring, and I just named 3 scores that fit Detroit so well that we could maximize their game as well as them help maximize our Pistons in the fit to fit the core that's built around Cade. And once again, Jalen Duren, the way I built those situations is Jalen Duren fits the Clippers market. You know what I'm saying? He fits the Clippers team, just like Bennedict Mathurin fits my Detroit Pistons. Jordan Poole fits my Pistons and what we building. Jalen Duren fits what they got going on down there in New Orleans right now, while also being the young individual asset that he is. And the way I built those trades I proposed was so that both sides could win, like a double-edged sword, but we both came out sharper. You know what I'm saying? Both sides came out a little sharper and got a little better. The Pistons, we actually get a lot better because we get the actual pieces that fit what we got building and what we got going on. So that's my take on the whole JD thing and what Jalen Duren got going on. Love the young bull and what he did for the 60-win season, but is he worth a superstar, supermax contract? No. Is he worth signing to a superstar, supermax contract and then doing a sign and trade so that we can benefit and get another player who fits our roster better? Most definitely. So are my basketball heads and Detroit basketball heads especially. Tell me how y'all feel on that. Tell me how y'all think those three will fit with my Pistons roster. Tell me how y'all think the potential is and how far could we go? Because right now we built to be a first round exit. We add either one of those players, I think we a conference finals team. Now y'all let me know how y'all feel about that.
Detroit basketball fans, Kevin Durant fans, hit that like and subscribe because we stand on business.